I'm going to talk about the hardware and software that the interpreter needs on their end of the connection in order to effectively interpret a remote hearing simultaneously. Obviously, the most important piece of equipment is your computer, whether it's a PC or Mac. Either one works fine. It's also possible to interpret through a tablet, though we're not recommending that at this time. But what we are recommending is that you do not interpret through the built-in microphone and speakers of your computer. We're strongly recommending that you get a set of headphones with a microphone. There are two reasons for this. First of all, the headset with the microphone gives much better sound quality, both the quality of the sound the interpreter hears and the quality of the sound of the interpreter's voice that is heard in the online hearing. Also, when you interpret through the built-in microphone and speakers, you get terrible audio problems. Feedback, ringing, sometimes voice echoing, and sometimes mystery voices. And we want to avoid that. In order to do that, you really should have a set of headphones with a microphone. And we're recommending a wired connection rather than a wireless headset because of the latency caused by the wireless headset and also the problems. They seem to disconnect from time to time with no discernible reason. And you want to avoid that in the midst of a hearing. Now let's talk about the non-English side of the hearing, the side of the hearing that goes back and forth through the cell phone or smartphone. You can use either an Android phone or an Apple phone. They both work well. You're going to need a set of earbuds with a built-in mic, just like the type that you probably got when you bought your phone new. We're recommending that the connection to the phone be wired, and that's for the same reason we recommend a wired connection for the headset. It's more reliable and it's going to be easier to navigate. You want to make sure that you get the right kind of connection to your phone depending on what that connection is. The one on the left there is the 3.5 millimeter connection, usually with an Android. It's the round shape that's kind of pointed. And the lightning connector is a relatively new connection used on iPhones, and it's that square flat connection. Something you should consider is the way you're going to charge your phone. Now don't forget, you could be interpreting hearings that are hours long, and that might mean you're going to need to charge your phone while you're using it. Now that's fine usually with the Android phone using the 3.5 millimeter connector because you can plug in the earbuds and plug in the charger at the same time. But some of the newer iPhones only have one lightning connection, and you can either plug in the earbuds or the charger, but not both. What you'll need in those cases are some additional accessories, either a dongle or a splitter. We're showing you a picture of a splitter down there in the lower right-hand corner. The black wire, say, goes to the set of earbuds, and the white wire goes to the charger. You can plug them both in, and then on the other end, the single connection goes into your phone. And that way you can plug in earbuds and a charger at the same time. There are also other options, a charging pad or other types of dongles that might work. As far as the kind of software that you're going to need, it's very standard. For a browser, you can use Firefox or Chrome. WebEx recommends Chrome. And the WebEx software itself will, the first time you connect to a WebEx hearing, it'll download itself. You can either accept the desktop app or you can refuse the download altogether and view everything through your browser. Of course, we need reliable cell service. I think you're taking a big risk if you're trying to interpret a hearing with anything less than at least 3 bars. You probably want 4 or 5 if you can get it. You also need a high-speed internet connection. 50 or 60 to 100 megabytes would be great. That's on the high end of a residential internet connection, but it'll give you a reliable service and high definition sound and video. Finally, there are some bells and whistles that you might find helpful. First, an external monitor. So you can do this all on a laptop, but if you're able to connect an external monitor, you have the advantage of being able to look at documents on the smaller monitor. So you can bring up the request, you can bring up a list of people's names. That might be helpful to you while you're interpreting. You also might consider an external webcam. it'll give you a better quality. It'll actually give the other side, the hearing, a better quality image. Um, and it might let you control the width of the picture that you're framed in. And if this interpreter had cut down the size, change the size of the visual field, then you just see them with that nice blue background rather than having to see the edges as well. So that's it for VRI technology for the interpreter. It's pretty simple stuff, pretty standard stuff, not difficult to obtain at all.